It's heavy. All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to Homestead Heart. Today I'm outside, you all, still doing some stuff on the homestead. It's finally starting to warm up out here this morning. And actually dealing with the meat birds here. It is day 5. It is day 5 of these chickens, my meat birds, being in the same spot. And all I've been doing is adding hay over the top of the areas where they pooped. One of the things I'll say is that in the back of the chicken tractor, where they pretty much kind of like lay down all day, back there, not very much poop. The majority of the poop is sitting here in the front around the feeder, but not so much back there. They have a little back there, but nothing compared to what's all up here around the feeder and near the waterer. So far this is working. Day 5. I smell nothing. I smell nothing. So it's working out pretty good. Their feeder is half full. So let me fill that up. Mr. H typically fills that feed bucket up for me and just sits it by the chicken tractor so I don't have to go in the barn and carry it all the way over here. I just take it and fill up the feeder as I need to. But that feeder is full. And they're doing good, and so far this stationary chicken tractor with the deep bedding method, day 5, is working. Today is Friday, so we have what, 8 more days I think to go, because I think we're processing them on Saturday or Sunday, so it's going to be between 8 and 9 days. So that would mean they've actually would have been in this spot for 13 days, 13 to 14 days, almost 2 weeks. So that's pretty good. So far so good, day 5. Yeah. So far so good. But anyway, you all, want to welcome y'all again to the channel, to Homestead Heart. I also want to take a moment and thank everybody for supporting our other channel, for supporting Mr. H's channel, actually. For supporting Mr. H's channel, which is Survival Mode. And we sure do appreciate you all coming over to Survival Mode and supporting Survival Mode. And that's where we're really just kind of taking you all along with us on our journey, where we try to become better prepared. And you know, so far so good. You know, he's really pleased so far with the way things are going. Of course, there's always room for us to improve, but Mr. H is very pleased with the direction of our channel. It's not necessarily like we are preppers, you know. It's not necessarily that, because we've never considered ourselves as such, you know. But as we delve more into that whole world, being new to that, you know, we wanted to take everybody along with us that were also becoming new to that, and also those of you who are seasoned, to kind of help us and help everybody in the comment section as well. Gives us, you know, give us information and tips and things like that to kind of help us to be better prepared. So that's what Survival Mode is all about. And we thank you all so much for coming over to support Survival Mode and Mr. H and his new channel, right? So he has to get more comfortable He has to get more comfortable because y'all don't know, he don't really talk. Mr. H is very quiet, except with me, he talk all the time. But he's really like the quiet type, you know. So for him to do this and have that desire to want to share and learn and take everybody else who may be like trying to get into this brand new area of prepping and all of that, he just wanted to do it from a perspective that if I'm a newbie and I can do it, then so can you. And so I am truly proud of him and I really applaud what he's doing. And of course, I'm there to support him. But anyway, you all, you saw the title of the video. Let's go ahead and get to it. Now, one of the things that came across my mind, you saw the title of the video. Right now you have a choice. So choose very wisely, right? Choose wisely. What are you talking about, Mrs. H? I'll tell you. Right now you have an opportunity to go to the stores, go to the markets, and you have the option to choose the foods that you like to eat and your family likes to eat, right? You have the option to go and choose the foods that you enjoy. The taste is pleasant. It has some nutritional value, right? And it can even be very healthy for you. So you have that choice to go and choose right now. So when I say choose wisely, keep these things in mind. If you're going to go to the store and you have to buy canned green beans, canned peas, right now you may be able to choose options that are not high in all of these different preservatives and chemicals that may be in the can, right? Right now you can choose to do that. It don't have all these colorings and all of that in the can. Right now you can choose to get the ones that's just green beans and water. Right now you can choose. If you eat meat, right now you can choose the best options for meat. If you like meat, then you can choose chicken breast in water versus some other meats that's thrown together in a can, loaded with all these nasty preservatives and chemicals, loaded with sodium. I ain't calling out no brand, no name. I ain't doing that. I'll let you choose whatever that is. You can post that in the comment section below. If you can think of one, I'm sure you can think of 2, 3, 4, 5 things meats that you can buy in a can that are literally probably some of the most unhealthiest choices. So if you can choose better than that right now, then do that. Don't start off getting the worst stuff. Start off getting the best that you can afford to get. And then as things start to run out on the shelves and you don't have access to the best of things on the shelves, now you got to settle for whatever you can get. Now you got to, so if you like turkey spam, if you don't like turkey spam, you don't eat spam at all. But if turkey spam is all they got on the shelf, and you ain't got no other choice, then you're going to have to buy that. If you don't like canned black-eyed peas, but every other bean in the can that you did like is gone, but in order for you to sustain yourself, now you got to buy the canned black-eyed peas, you ain't got no other choice. You got to buy the canned black-eyed peas. If you don't eat raccoon, and they got raccoon in a jar, I know, right? They got raccoon in a jar. They got possum in a jar. I know y'all ain't gonna go to no grocery store and find no possum in a jar. But I'm just saying. Choose wisely right now while you can. See, you probably hate tuna, but you love mackerel. So right now, why are you buying tuna? If you don't care for tuna, why are you buying it? Go on and buy the mackerel. Leave the tuna for people who like the tuna. Right now, you have a chance to go and get the things that you enjoy and enjoy eating, you and your family. And then also in the process, you have an opportunity right now to choose the best of those foods. See, if you got somebody, a member of your immediate family that may suffer from high blood pressure, there are some canned foods that you cannot buy for them to eat, right? But if that's what you stocking your shelves with, after you run out of the good stuff, that's what you got left. But what if you ain't starting with the good stuff? What if you just stocking up on stuff that is not so good for you? It might be high in calories, but it has no real health benefit to you, right? In fact, it'll make you sick, right? In fact, some people, it could kill them depending on what it is. There are just some things that everybody cannot eat. So while you have an opportunity to choose the best foods that your dollars can get you, then choose wisely. Okay? If I have a choice between egg noodles and ramen, I'm going to get egg noodles first. I'm going to get egg noodles first. But what about if I need a sauce? Well, I can just either buy a sauce that's already in a jar, a bottle, or whatever to season my egg noodles with. Something like that. Or I can make my own. I can can my own sauces. I can put together my own spices even. Yeah, you can do that. You can put together your own seasoning packet for your noodles. And you can drop that seasoning packet, because you know they do sell Mylar bags in all different sizes. And if you're concerned about long-term storage, they even have Mylar bags this big. And if you're concerned about that, you can put your own seasoning packets together inside of your little meal in a jar with your egg noodles and whatnot. You can be creative, and you can do it on your own. However, if you say, well, they are cheap right now, I just grab some for backup. Okay, fine. Grab them for backup. But don't let that be your first choice if you know you really can't eat that kind of food. If you know you really can't stomach that kind of food. Or if you know that somebody in your family can't handle that kind of food because it'll make them ill because of all of the different preservatives that might be in them little packets. Some people just can't have that stuff. So you all choose wisely. Right now, instead of buying the foods in the can, you have an opportunity to can your own. If you're canning, you can can your own. If not, then you buy them. Like I said, choose wisely. The last thing I want to have in my pantry for me to eat is something that I absolutely know I will despise. Now, everybody know Mrs. H don't eat a lot of stuff. It's some things I'll be like, I don't eat that. Do you eat? No, I don't eat that. No, I don't eat that. Do you eat? Nope, don't eat that either. What about? Nope, don't eat that either. So Mrs. H, there are a lot of things in me and Mr. H's diet, a lot of foods that are not in our diet. But if something happens to my food storage and I don't have no other choice and somebody say, I got some butter beans I can, Y'all do not understand how I feel about butter beans. I would literally have to eat them whole in my nose. Because number one, I can't stand the way they smell. Number two, I can't stand the way they taste. But if that's all I had was some butter beans in a can, or butter beans that somebody else can, and I ain't had no choice but to eat them butter beans, I'd be like, ugh, ugh, right? It'll be a struggle. But if I didn't have no choice, then I would have to, for the sake of my own survival, I would have to try to stomach the butter beans and hope I can keep them in my stomach. I got family that don't understand how I don't like butter beans. They love butter beans and they love putting sugar on them and all that kind. I can't stand no butter bean. And when I was growing up and I would watch them eat butter beans, I would literally get nauseous just looking at them eat them. I don't care who cooked them. Even at a restaurant, they just look. Enough of that. You get my point. You understand? I'm just making a point. You understand how much I can't stand butter beans, all right? But if that's the only choice that I had, all right, butter beans it is. Butter beans it is. I'm gonna be like, you got a chaser or something? I need something to get rid of this taste out of my mouth. Hopefully I have some, I don't know, something. I don't know what that cat doing right here. Why are you under that door? Something wrong with this cat right here. He always into trouble. But anyway, I think you all understand the point that I am making. I'm not telling you not to buy these things. I'm telling you, while you have an opportunity to choose the things, no, sir. While you have an opportunity to choose the things that you enjoy eating, choose wisely. Make sure that you are getting something. And actually, I'm going to suggest this. If you can, make sure you read the ingredients on the stuff that you buy, all right? But if you can, always look for something where the ingredients are basic. Didn't I just tell you? Now, why he want to be in there with the chickens? But anyway, you all, choose something where the ingredients are basic, right? Beans, water, salt. Corn and water, no sodium, no salt added. Try to choose the items where the ingredients are just that item and water, just real basic, right? But when things fall apart and all you can get is something that has a list on the back of it for ingredients that's this thick, but if that's all you can get, you got to get it. But at least right now you got the right to choose. So choose wisely. All right, y'all? That's going to do it for this video. Hey, I just wanted to talk about it because I would hate to see many of us in a situation where we stuck with something that we know we can't eat. And then you have to think long term. See, today you may be fine. But what if a year from now you start suffering from blood pressure issues and then you got a cabinet full of stuff full of salt that you can't eat? Then what you gonna do? What are you gonna do then? So just keep those things in mind when you are out shopping for your food items that you're trying to feed your family, not just for today, but you're thinking about a year from now, right? You're thinking about 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years. You're thinking down the road when you go and get things to put in your long-term food pantry. You're thinking way down the road. So when you thinking way down the road, if you choose to get simple foods, you can always season it however you want to season it, as long as you put spices away in that pantry too. But if you are putting salt in your pantry, you can always add salt. But if you can't have salt, then that's not a problem you'll have in the future. So think long term. And even if it's not you, think long term about those in your family that could be elderly. Long term. Think long term. You can add salt to something, but you cannot take it out once it is loaded with sodium. And remember that first ingredient rule. Whatever that first ingredient is on the back of a food item, that's what the majority, that's what's in that jar or in that can the most. So if it's salt, if salt is ingredient number one, then that can got a lot of salt in it. If water is not the first ingredient on the back of the can, in a can of corn that's got water in it, if water is not the first ingredient, that should make you worry. Salt should not be the first ingredient. It shouldn't be. So just keep those things in mind, all right? I just wanted to share that with you all because I thought of it yesterday and I realized, hey, if I thought of it, I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it because I have to think about that too. You know, for me, for my family as well. I have to think about those things. Yeah. I have to think about those things because it ain't all about me. It ain't all about Mr. H. You know, it's about the people we love, and we have to think long term for them and for us. Okay? So that's just something to keep in mind, y'all. When y'all go shopping, don't choose the worst things first. Choose the best that your money can get first and fill your pantry with that first. Okay? And then if you ain't got no choice but to buy that stuff, then okay, you ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice. All right? All right, y'all. That's going to do it for this video. If you haven't done so already, please give our video a thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that we upload to our channel. And I do want to say thank you to everybody that shares our videos. We really appreciate that because sometimes we do see people, they'll respond to us and let us know that our video was shared with them on a different platform. And so we really appreciate everybody that shares our videos as well. That really does help our channel, and it does mean a lot to us. All right? So I hope you all have an amazing Friday and an amazing weekend. It's about to warm up here in the South for the next few days, so we're happy about that because we've been down in these cold temperatures. My poor loofah is done for, but I still have plenty hanging on the vines because although we've had some low 30 temps, they're not ready yet. I have to wait just a little bit longer before I can snip those off the vine, either to make sponges or to harvest the seeds. And I think we're going to have a good bit of loofah seeds this year. And remember, we didn't plant any loofah. God planted them for us this year. And we still going to have plenty. We still going to have plenty of seeds. So that's exciting for us. All right, you all. I'm going to go and check on the garden. See how everything is looking over there. Thank you all again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video.